Hello guys, welcome back to yet another video. So in this video, I'll be ranking my top 5 Paco Rabanne fragrances. So earlier I had done a top 5 Jean Paul Gaultier fragrance. So this video focuses on the house of Paco Rabanne. So as you know, Paco Rabanne, I would consider Paco Rabanne as a fragrance house for the young crowd. They know how to make very youthful and likable scents, like very fruity, very sweet. The original 1 million started the trend for the sweet fragrance, and that's a classic. And I still think it's one of the best youthful fragrances out there. I mean, that DNA is timeless. And so I have one honorable mention in today's video, and that is Paco Rabanne Ultra Red. You see the bottle looks like a stapler, very unique bottle. And I put it in my honorable mention because I'm not sure if you can find this fragrance now. This was very popular in the discounter sites a while back. It was like it released and then it went out of stock, and then I think maybe like in the past 2 years, or yeah, 2 years back, I guess, this again resurfaced, and it was like sold out online, and there was a lot of demand for this fragrance because the main reason I think was it was like cheap when compared to other Paco Rabanne fragrances. You could easily get it for like $50 in that price range. And I would say like this fragrance reminds me very much of the Thierry Mugler range, and this is a citrus gourmand fragrance. It has a good blood orange note, a juicy blood orange note mixed with praline, so it gets that citrusy gourmand vibe going on. And I'm not sure, for that reason I get a very striking resemblance to Thierry Mugler's Ultra Zest. That's also a discontinued fragrance. So that fragrance is a very citrusy gourmand with the Thierry Mugler patchouli, that DNA. So this fragrance also I get the same vibe, but the Ultra Zest is like more fresher, I would say. This is like more fresh grapefruit and gourmand fragrance with the praline note, and it smells fantastic. And for the price, it's a no-brainer. So if you like citrus gourmand fragrances, I would urge you to try out Ultra Red if you can still find it. I believe it's still available in online discounters. You can find it. So it's a good fragrance from Paco Rabanne. So coming to the top 5, on number 5, I think it's one of the most hated fragrance in the community, and mostly because of the tacky bottle presentation. But I love the bottle. It's the cute Phantom. So it's like, this is just like a juvenile fruity bubblegum scent, nothing complicated, a very likable kind of scent, but it has some kind of a green or earthy nuance to it that makes it like, I think that's the one of the reasons that through some people off, like they expect a very juicy fragrance, but they get a bit of earthy undertone. First I thought it was like some marijuana note or something they have used in this fragrance, but they haven't mentioned directly, but I think they have mentioned something like earthy notes. So there is something earthy or green in this fragrance, so you have to try that, because it doesn't bother me, because I get a very juicy fruity opening. And this fragrance, if you can think of Jean Paul Gaultier Lebo EDT, you get that similar kind of DNA. And there are other Paco Rabanne fragrance. I don't know how is it a coincidence. Like all of them share the same DNA to my nose, the Lebo DNA. And my number 4 is also a fragrance that comes in the same category. So the number 5 is Paco Rabanne Phantom, a fun fruity fragrance. And number 4, this fragrance is from the 1 million line, and this has its share of admirers. Some people say that it's their most complimented fragrance, but to me, I haven't gotten much attention from this fragrance. Maybe it doesn't work for my skin. It's 1 million Lucky. This is also kind of like a fruity, I would say plum, hazelnut. It's also a fragrance that you can wear all year round. Like it works for summer, it works for winter. But I would say like in summer also this is performs pretty good in the heat. Not that good, like you get an average performance, and I haven't gotten any compliments so far on this fragrance. Some people say they have gotten many compliments with 1 million lucky and it's their favorite from the 1 million line, but to me it's just okay. It didn't blow my mind. Just a fun fragrance, and this also shares a similar vibe to Paco Rabanne Phantom. I have smelled many fragrances that has the same DNA, the Lebo, and even in Carolina Herrera, the Bad Boy, I think is a Cobalt one. They all share the same kind of a DNA to my nose. So this is 1 million lucky in the fourth spot. It's like a you get that to me it smells like more of a caramel popcorn. I kind of get that vibe with this smell, a caramel popcornish vibe, maybe because of the, I don't know, hazelnut honey combination with the fruity aspect. So number 4, 1 million lucky. And number 3 is a fresh fragrance, and I had featured it earlier also. This is my favorite from the Invictus line, and it is Invictus Legend. So this one is the more fruity version of the Invictus with a good sea salt note. You get a like a very fresh summer vibe from this fragrance. Fresh, sweet fragrance, the Invictus. And I had compared it to Nitro Red. So Nitro Red and this one kind of shares the same vibe, that is more watermelon heavy, and this is the more the Invictus DNA. And this DNA, when this DNA came out, there weren't much fragrances that smelled like Invictus. So it started it from Invictus, and then they released a lot of fragrance. The Aqua version, that was the most popular one. Then that got discontinued, and then they released many other versions. But to me, Legend is still my favorite for summer season, and I believe this one is also discontinued right now. So if you can find it, or I would say if you cannot find it, just go for Nitro Red. You're basically getting the same kind of fragrance, and that too for a good price. So number 3 is Invictus Legend. That's my favorite fresh fragrance in the 1 million, the Paco Rabanne, because mostly they make night out scents and fun and fruity fragrances. So the number 2, I mentioned this in my earlier video that I got amazing compliment from the Pure Access Night. So we have a Pure Access version and we have a Pure Access Night version. So night version is more sexy to my nose. The original version is said to be the Coca-Cola scent. You get a strong Coca-Cola vibe in that fragrance. So I don't have it with me. I only have the night version, and this is smells sexy. It's very like playful, kind of a nighttime fragrance with all the vanilla and the sweet notes. It smells so damn good. Wow. Paco Rabanne knows how to make sweet fragrance that garners you a lot of compliments. So I have gotten an amazing compliment wearing Pure Access Night. So this one is also unfortunately discontinued. So I'm not sure if you can find it. You can check the online discounters. So this is my number 2. And my number 1 is my favorite from the 1 million line, and it is the Elixir version. So this is the fruitiest of the 1 million line. I would say, like more than 1 million lucky, that's not that fruity. But this, I get a vibe of like Herba Pura, that kind of a fruity fragrance line. So this is 1 million made more fruity and a bit of musky, because 1 million you don't get much musk. This is like a fruity musky version of 1 million. Very playful kind of DNA, good performance. So I would say if you are, people should be buying Elixir instead of the original 1 million at this time. So if you want to upgrade from your 1 million, you can get the 1 million Elixir. So this is my top Paco Rabanne fragrance. And I have tested the Royal one, but I don't know, it didn't work with me. Still I prefer Elixir. And then there was the 1 million line. 1 million Oud is a new release. I haven't tested it so far. So, and then 1 million Royal, I have tested it, but okay, so that's this is still my number 1 million Elixir. And I have heard that there is one more new release, because they come out like with lot of flankers, the 1 million line. They have one called 1 million Gold that released recently, and there is 1 million Intense. So I don't have that fragrances. So these are the 5 from my collection that I love and I enjoy. So Elixir gets the top spot from me. So these are the top 5 Paco Rabanne fragrances. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be back with another fragrance house. Stay tuned, stay fragrant.